So what I do is I read the book like I would read the book just as a reader, for the experience of the novel, to experience what Jane wanted me to experience on the page, to have that personal experience that you have as a reader, that's just you, between you and the characters and what you're imagining in your mind. And then I go through and I read the book, and I think about what makes good dialogue. I think about the plot points. I think about what is stageable, and that's when I start to take notes. And so I mark up the book, I start to take notes, and then I start to just kind of, the first draft is usually very, very, very true to the book. It's also way too long. There's a lot of cutting that happens in the revision process where I've kind of just cut things out. And then there were those moments that I've written in this play that are hinted at in the book, but that Jane doesn't really write the scene. She just kind of suggests that it happens. You just kind of look for those moments where she doesn't necessarily need it for the novel to work, but we need it for the play to work. That's part of the adaptation process, that translation from one medium to another, is you're like, what is missing from the drama? If something is really great on the page, how do I translate it to the stage? Or maybe I can't, and I do something else instead. And I did that for about, I think the first revision process, it's a long thing. It's like a year to 2 years, because I did this in collaboration with the university, with BYU. They have a workshop class for new plays, and so we did that. I would go once a week with students, and they would read it out loud, read the pages out loud, and I would go back and revise based on that. And we did a staged reading at the end of the semester. I love being in the room with actors, because it's like you hear it, both what is in your head and also differently than what's in your head. And stage readings are like my favorite thing. Readings are, because that's, the play is meant to be read. It's meant to be performed. So that's really, really valuable to have that in the process. And then there's a lot of tweaking. I tweak and tweak until someone tells me to stop tweaking. I mean, I love to have readings. I do a lot of readings just with friends. And the cool thing about Zoom has been that you can do that. I've actually kind of been doing readings of some things I've been working on this summer with friends who are all over the country. And I'm like, okay, I know why we're doing this now, but why have we not done it before? Because this is really handy. I can have a rehearsal with friends in Virginia. What? Yeah, so I've been working on it. I had been working on it, but I think it was 2 years of revisions, of writing and revision before the first production. I mean, I think the hard thing about writing sometimes is that you kind of have to just let the piece sit for a while. It has to percolate, and you have to come back and look at it with fresh eyes in order to see where the flaws are so you can fix them. And sometimes it's just been sitting for a long time, and there are things that I wish were clearer. And sometimes you just have a thought. I will be like working on something else altogether, and I just go, oh, but when Charlotte, what? And then I have to go, I've just like changed lanes completely, and I have to go work on it. And when there was the possibility of doing the show, and I went, oh, we have to make sure that the script is okay. So go through it again and make I call it house cleaning. It's not huge. We don't add Mrs. Bennett's long lost cousin who just shows up at dinner one day. We don't add things. I don't change scenes, but there are little bits of dialogue that get cleaned up. And I just feel like the whole thing right now, the pace is better. I feel it's crisper than it was. I don't know. I hope so. I guess we'll see this week, won't we?